Yeah, hello. Yeah, now this is a new bank. This is called the Smart Bank. We have reason why it's called Smart Bank because it has some amazing what I was called smart features. Now everything, almost everything on this bank can be fixed from the admin. You can actually change the phone number, so your bank logo, your most of the details there can actually be changed from the admin, so you don't really have much to worry yourself. If you know little or not or nothing about HTML, you have no issue. It got you covered. You can still change your front end to something else if you want, but by that the admin might not be able to fit it. So we've done a good job here, but mind you, this is just for research purpose, just for trading. We actually build this in a way so whosoever has a product to build or has a software, a web application to build that is kind of similar to something like this, so you can actually go into our code and see the way we're able to fix up the code. You see, almost every code we have, we added comment to it, so it's something that when you're visiting the code, you can actually see how everything was done. So here, what we were able to do here is more like a bank, but not it's not a real-time bank, so it's not really doing any real time transaction, but we just want to show you how a banking system is very likely to work. So this is mainly for educational purpose. So first thing that I'll do here now is I will log you into the admin. I'll go to the admin. Now this is the admin. I'll log into the admin. I want to give you a quick run over of the whole stuff. Now this is the admin um um login board. Now I click on login. Now it has logged in. Now this is how it looks in the admin. There are so many smart features we've actually tried to add up on this particular script. It looks like the 4D, but there are so many amazing things about it now. When you come here, I'll show you some new features before I give you a quick run over of the whole stuff. We have something called bank management here, which when you click on it, you can actually add your bank. So now during the transfer process, you're making transfer just like it is in a bank app. You don't really have to key in the name of the bank. All you need to do is that's for the admin. Now you know the banks that you can actually transfer money. Or if you're using it for a real life situation, maybe you're running this, maybe let's say for instance you're running a cooperative where people are actually using something like this. Now you want them to transfer to so person. So person bank can actually be here. We've also added a provision for what's it called, beneficiary. So when someone make a transfer, you actually select from the available banks, and whoever you send money to, that you save the person's detail as your beneficiary, you can actually select that particular person and send money to the person. So here you can see Access Bank, Bidbank Bank, Zenith Bank. Let's say we want to add another bank. Let's say for instance, Echo Bank. Now this is the name of the bank. Now under the region, you select if it's local or international. Now if you select it as local, when a user is making a local transaction, that's where he sees this. If you select that international, when international transaction is being made, is where they will see it. For this, let's make it an international. Then we click on add bank. Now you can see it has been added. You see during the transaction transfer process, you see this bank will also echo. You can actually edit here if you want. You can still change it back to local or international. You can still add as many as you want. You can delete. So another exciting feature again we have in this, aside from when you come to finance, we have what we call payment method. Now the payment method is for digital payment. Maybe you're running something like a bank, you want people to pay you via cryptocurrency, via even PayPal or something like that. Now this is where you fit it. Let's say for instance we have let's say BTC, the network abbreviation. Let's say it's BTC. The network name is Bitcoin. Now you want your user to pay you with Bitcoin, the wallet address. So now your wallet address will be here. If for instance it's something like PayPal, your PayPal email is what will be here. Then you just rate it, name it PayPal. Then for the wallet icon, I'll just take an icon. I have this icon here. I'll just pick it. I click on add new. That has been added, as you can see. I'll add another one. Let me say ETH. I'll name that Ethereum. I don't know if I spelled that correctly. Let me just leave it like that. Let's say this is the wallet address. Then for Ethereum, I can actually take this. I have an Ethereum logo here. Actually pick it. I click on add new. Now you see during transaction, if you want to make a digital payment, this will be there. Now you can actually, you don't need to delete a particular coin or a particular digital payment method if you don't want to make use of it. You can actually come here. You can see the status is marked good. You can actually unmark it. You can see then it won't display, so you don't really have to delete. You can mark it back. So that's a nice one. Another we have for you, we still have the transactions. Under the configure, we have the settings. Now under the settings, this site name, whatever you enter here, we take over the site name on the UI, that's on the front end design. If you're using your own front end, or maybe you're using PayPal, or you enter there here, will definitely not display anyway. Then we have the bank name, the address, the email. We have the OTP enabled and disabled. Now, when this OTP is enabled, it performs two functions. It helps facilitate the OTP that may be sent during transaction if that is actually applied for that particular user. Then secondly, if it's enabled during registration, sorry, not registration, during login, if it's enabled, then the last step of the login, an OTP will be sent to the user. Then the user will have to get the OTP from their email and put it back and put it to enable the user to be able to log in. So if this is actually disabled, that function will definitely not going to work. Here we also have the transaction charges. If you want to charge your user a particular percent of every transaction that they are making, this is where you enter it. So there will be more like a bank charges. Then the logo here, whatever logo you enter here is logo that will take over the logo in the email, the logo in the login form, the logo on the front end, the logo on the user's dashboard. So this is the general logo. So that's a nice one. Another thing I also like to show you is the account types. Now, when you click on account type, this is actually useful during registration. So we have current account, professional account, savings account. You can actually create another account type. You can name it fixed deposit. That is if your bank actually provide that particular feature, fixed deposit account. So during registration, all these account type will be displayed. Then the user will choose the account they want to. Then another thing again we have, which is very, very important, it's the transfer codes. Now this is important. Now under the transfer code, you can see we have the IMF, we have the COT, IMF, IPN, SARS. I don't know what those mean. Let's say for instance now there is something like let's say a tax code. You want your user to pay tax, or they have to send you their tax code or something of that nature. So all you need to do is just create you can just name the code. You can just name it tax, and there are two options here. You can make it auto, you can make it static. Now if you make it auto, what that actually means is that during a particular transaction, that is when the user is about to initiate a particular transfer, if it's auto, the code will be automatically sent to the user, and the user will have to go to their email, they get the code and facilitate the transaction. Now if the admin don't want it like that, if you don't want that way, you can as well make it static. Now making it static means that the administrator will be the one to provide the code to that particular user. You get it? The administrator will now be the person to provide the code for that particular user. So it all depends on how you want the system to run. You can have as many codes as possible. Like here we have 4 codes. You can make it 5, 6, 7, 8. If you want 100 codes, you can add it there. The system is actually able to carry up that. So if we included passcode and we click on apply, we made this auto. You can just come here and maybe I can delete this that I have here. So this is just the 4 codes we have. So this is how it is now. Then here we also have our broadcast. Okay, those are actually new features. No, let me try. I've already made the registration. So now I'll try to make a login. Now this is the user front end. I click on login. Now this is how it looks like. Now it's asking me for the pin. I've entered my pin. Now it's asking me for OTP. Now the reason why it's asking me for this OTP is simply because if you come to finance, now if you come to configure to setting, you see that the OTP is actually enabled. Where is that? Email OTP is enabled. So that's why it's actually asking me for OTP. So what I'll do now is I have to get the OTP. So I'll go to my email to get the OTP. Let me log into my email. You can see the OTP has arrived. This is new. You can see 0 minutes to tell you that it just came in now. So all I can do here 3073. So I'll take this 3073. I'll bring it here and I'll enter that. If you didn't get the OTP, you can click on resend the OTP and the OTP will resend to you. So click on submit. Now this is exactly how it looks here. This is exactly how it looks here. A lot of modifications, code written, everything perfect, working, totally minified. Now this is the language translator with Google Translate. Now there are a lot of things we can do here. There's now provision for KYC, the statement, state our deposit. You can see we created Bitcoin, we created Ethereum. You can see the Bitcoin we created and Ethereum. Let's say for instance there's another payment method. If you come to the admin and you come to payment method, you can actually say, okay, there's another payment method. Let's say it's called let's say PayPal. I'll just give it the same name. Okay. I'll just copy this abbreviation. I'll say it's PP. Then the network name I'll say is PayPal. Then the email for that I'll just say is pay. I'll just give it anything at trial.com. I'll just see. Okay, I'll just leave it like that. Then I'll select the wallet and icon. So I'll just take this Ethereum icon for it. I'll just take this Ethereum just to be fast. Now click on add new. Now you can see it has been added, the PP, that's the PayPal. Now if I come back to this user end and I reload it, you can see that's the PayPal. You can see. So let's try to make a payment. Let's say the payment is Bitcoin. We click on, and now the QR code is there, and this is the wallet and the amount you want to pay in. Let's say you're paying in, let's say 7,000. The amount can be in dollar, it can be in anything. You will specify that in your admin settings. So that you paste in your transaction ID here, there. So I'll just put it here. So this is the conversion as at today rate in Bitcoin. This is the conversion of $7,000 because it's on dollars in default. So I click on deposit. So just this paired. I think that I'll try to do that again. I'll make this I'll make this 50,000. I'll give this as transaction ID. I'll click on deposit. Now you can see your order of this. So now when the admin confirms that they can actually make the payment. Now when this is the admin, under the admin, when you come to digital deposit, this is the transaction we just made. Now you can see it, so the admin can actually approve it. Now it has been approved. Now this is it. Back to the user. Now this is how it looks, but there's something another thing that I would like to show you. It has so many features that you're gonna like. So under a transfer, okay, I'll just make a transfer. The KYC here, when the user comes here, the user has to upload something, a passport, a driver's license, and once that is uploaded, the admin will see that. So making a transfer, I'll show you something from the admin first. Now on the admin, when you come to, oh, this is the user, this is the admin. When you come to user details, now this is the account I'm working with. I click on manage. Now this is the KYC document. This is actually an image. I actually added. This is actually an image. Then this is the user. Now the passport, the user can actually add a passport during registration. Then admin can confirm and verify, and I'm approved the account for the user to be able to log in.